So it begins. Today is January 3rd, 2024. And I think today's going to be the night. Tonight's going to be the night. We're going to get started, getting the car tore apart so that we can do upgrades for the winter. We've got this B&M gated shifter installed. We got to hook up the cable through the floor and into the transmission yet, but I figured it'd be easiest to do that with the transmission out since we got to rebuild that anyway. Might as well do it then. So that's all we've got so far on upgrades. Is that's in sort of half hooked up, and yeah, we're going to do a Monster Transmissions Monster in a Box kit. That is right here. We're going to do that for the transmission. I've already got a Monster Transmissions converter on there. Got a box of random stuff, mostly in here. I think it's just these hoses, new hoses to put on. There might be like a sensor in there. I've got a Moroso, this is an anti-roll kit. It's line lock. You hit the button and it locks out. And I'm going to wire it in so that it locks out the rear brakes for doing a burnout. I have a single bale master cylinder that's going to go on. This is from Jegs. It's a coolant bypass. So I've got new heads. They're Brodix Dragon Slayer heads. And they have a port right in this area, right in between the middle two cylinders to extract coolant. But you gotta put the coolant bypass here, have a hose that runs to it back here, and then we're gonna drill and tap the back holes as well so that all that coolant will be able to get out faster and keep the heads cooler. So we're gonna do that. I've got this new BMR. It's anti-roll bar. It's a lot thicker. And of course I opened the wrong end. Anyway, it's a lot thicker than just the standard sway bar. So that'll be a nice upgrade. I've got UMI Performance frame ties, Weldon, subframe connectors they call them. That'll run from front to back on the car. This is a 355 I'm gonna build and sell. Just do a quick rebuild on it. These are the heads that originally came on this motor over here. They're a pretty decent head. They got new valve seals and springs, so I might just slap they need rocker arms. The old valve covers off my car and one of the old intakes off my car. So we'll put that package together. Here's all the parts for that. Needs new rings, new bearings, new gaskets. And then actually, I'm doing a cam upgrade. I'm switching to an ISKI cam. So I'm going to take the comp cam stumper, flat tap it out of here, and that's going to go in this engine, and I'm going to sell that as a package. I've got a new oil pump. I've got all my bearings and rings for the motor that's going to go in the car. I've got these Mylodon 4-bolt splayed main caps for a 2-bolt main to 4-bolt main conversion. Dead bug there. To put those in, so I got to get those installed, and then I got to send it to a machine shop to get that line honed. Excited about those. Those will increase the strength of the block overall by quite a bit. What else am I doing up out front on the engine? I think that's basically it. I'm going to do Cometic MLS head gaskets. I'm going to switch to ARP head studs. We're going to do ARP bolts throughout the motor. If we have money, we're going to do a 383 conversion, new pistons, rods, and a crankshaft. If not, we're just going to stick with what we got in here for right now and run it next season and do the 383 conversion winter 24-25. But yeah, so basically we're doing new heads with new valve train entirely, except maybe push rods. We might salvage the push rods that are in this one. But we're doing new heads, new cam, new rockers, all that stuff. And then just reburying new bearings throughout. And then new piston rings that we're going to gap for boost or for nitrous, because we might possibly be putting some of that on this summer. We'll see. Probably nitrous. I do have a couple of turbos sitting down there that I want to eventually work into a big single, and then have this one for a spare. But I want a big single kind of right in here, going straight back into the carb. I'll eventually get an ATM blow-through carburetor for that. And then I got another box of stuff around here somewhere. Not sure where it's at right now. But I've got a weld-in sump for the stock gas tank, actually. That's right here. So this goes, you just cut a hole in the bottom of your stock gas tank, big enough for this, and then you weld this in there. And then it's got two rather large feed holes there, so you can run whatever size line you want. That way you can maintain like your stock fuel sending unit, so your gas gauge works. Because I'm considering converting this to E85 over the winter as well, but that's most likely not going to happen. That'll probably be another winter of 24 or 25 project. But I am going to put this sump in there and at least upgrade the fuel system so that it's ready to go with that. But I need a different carburetor to do that, and I might as well just get everything set except for the carburetor for that, because I still like this carburetor. I'd like to use it, get my money's worth out of it first before I have to buy a new one. Let's see, engine, transmission, brakes. We're doing I think we're gonna do either a 430 or a 410 gear in the back in the Ford 9-inch. Right now it has a 350 gear, and it doesn't really want to get out of its own way. It's pretty slow moving, getting them going. But that's basically the winter build plan, is to new cam, new valve train, new heads. If we have money, 383 it. If not, just leave it 355. So just freshen the motor up, new heads and cam, rebuild the transmission so it's all set, ready to go, ready to hold some horsepower, and then new ring gear in the back, and probably do bearings in the back too. And that's the plan.